theory is that pigs love to root, right? The big theory is plant roots for them. Plant turnips, plant mangels, plant carrots, plant beets. Everyone says all this. I've done all those and they don't eat them. They leave them to the very last thing. They like a lot of the sweet, high protein clover, vetch, peas. They like that kind of thing a lot more than they like the roots. The idea is to depend less on the grain truck is the number one reason. The costs that go out, the things you pay for, are obviously the things that have also gone up with gas prices going up. And so you have to figure a way to reduce them. So that's slaughter costs and feed costs are like the two number one things. We then have to take into real life our farm, like how our farm works and how, what's the reality of our farm. We don't have big tractors, we don't have heavy equipment. We do have a lot of pigs. So we're trying to figure a way to have the pigs work the soil to grow things that they will then eat. So essentially what we're doing is we had the pigs turn up a bunch of soil and then we planted field peas and barley on it and it grew. We took 2 litters, we split them apart, half of each litter. One half went on the field peas and barley and one half went on the grass, just normal pasture. The ones on grass get twice as much grain as the ones on field peas and barley. And every week we weigh them and every week we do forage samples to find out what they're actually eating. This is what the pea looks like. It has peas on it. We were hanging out here when we were doing our forage sampling yesterday and just like poking around with the pigs and seeing which part of it they would eat. They were not interested in the pea pods themselves, which is a bummer because they're probably the highest in protein. But they were pretty into the leaves of the plant, seems to be the part they're eating the most. And then this, of course, is the barley. And right now, the stalk is fairly undigestible to a pig. A pig has the same kind of digestive tract as we do. So if you can't eat it, they can't eat it, essentially, except for like rotten food, obviously. But if you break those apart, feel free to pick one, break it apart, and you can see there's some pretty yummy stuff inside of each of those little kernels. That's the part of the barley right now that they're getting something out of. And earlier it was the stalks. I mean, the stalks, it was amazing how sweet they were. It was really amazing to us how sweet it was. And the field peas now are fairly sweet. I take no liability for you guys trying to eat any of this stuff out here because there's shit everywhere. But we've been tasting it just to see what it tastes like, and it's all pretty good. Right now at this exact stage, because it changes, we just always make sure those guys are getting half of what these guys are getting. These guys are getting 64 pounds, so 32 pounds twice a day. And there's 10 of them in here, so they're getting 6.4 pounds a day per pig. I feed a lot of corn, and then I slaughter and have a lot of fat, and then I throw away a lot of fat that I just paid to feed and then paid to slaughter that fat. So I would like to make a bit of a leaner pig. And I think a leaner pig still needs some flavor and taste. And I'm hoping that this is what, we've done this, but not in a study before.